yesterday. Huge congratulations, Joel Embiid. He made the first team for the first time in his career. SGA, Giannis, Luka, and Jason Tatum were the other first-team selections. LeBron made the third team for this 19th overall selection. Shannon, I have a feeling where you might go with this. Let's find out. What's your biggest takeaway?
Well, congratulations to Shai Gilgeous. I'm surprised, Skip, that he was able to knock Steph out of there because I really thought Steph was going to get it. But when you look at it, Skip, he got more votes than all those guys. He got more votes than Luka, got more votes than any of the guards.
Yep.
So I'm surprised by that, but well-deserved. I'm really, really surprised that Jimmy Butler was able to hold off LeBron and KD. I'm surprised because LeBron averaged more points, rebounds, and assists.
Yep.
And yet Jimmy, and it wasn't like their record because both were in the play-in. And so I'm surprised, and I thought KD had a phenomenal year. But at Boston is the most disappointing because now Tatum is in line to get a $318 million Supermax, and Brown is in line to get a $295 million Supermax,
wow.
Which means Jaylen Brown is probably going to be a signing trade this offseason.
Okay.
I don't see them coming.
And they were first and second.
First and second teams.
Yes.
So that's what I'm surprised by, Skip. I'm really surprised that of all the guys, Jimmy Butler beating out LeBron and KD for that small forward spot, for one of those forward spots on the second team.
Jimmy Butler didn't even make the All-Star.
He makes it more.
And he had a very quiet year, as did his team.
Yes. And considering the media do vote for the All-Star team because the media, the coaches, and the fans.
So are we supposed to be prisoner of playoff moments? Because I thought this was all about the regular season.
Yeah, I think it is, Skip. I think they've already had the votes already cast.
Because playoff Jimmy, he belongs on the second team.
Yes.
You could put him. I'd put him on the first team. But this is not about the playoffs.
Correct.
Donovan Mitchell, after I watched him flame out in the playoffs, it's hard to make him a second teamer, but this is about the regular season.
Correct.
Okay, I need to echo your comments because the first thing I wrote down that I wanted to say was congratulations, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is big time. And to your point about the votes, he deserved all those votes.
The Clippers in the back room.
Well, I know. I got it. They
effed that one up, Skip.
Okay, but if he had just stayed healthy, Paul George, if Kawhi could just stay healthy, we might be having a different conversation, but they don't stay healthy.
Right.
And this young man does stay healthy.
He's 24.
And he is just, he is hard to handle.
He is.
He can score in 1,000 ways.
He can.
And it's night after night after night, and he can also pass the basketball.
Yeah.
He is a force to be reckoned with, and they got a bright future. Because
I definitely don't think it's his last All-NBA team.
No. And I think everybody concurred. There was a groundswell through the year, like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh.
I left impressed. I came in here and said, Skip, he the real deal.
Okay. I'm with you about LeBron. I thought he was second team All-NBA because there were stretches of the year when I thought he was first team All-NBA. So I'm a little surprised. I don't know how Jimmy held him off, and you could just do KD, just didn't play enough games.
Right.
He was just hurt too much, so I'll give you that. Portland, like Trailblazer Nation, they were furious that Dame didn't make at least second team. I don't know. Their team's just not good enough.
Yeah.
It's just, and he missed some time. I'm okay with him being third team. Again, I'm a little prisoner of the moment on Sabonis. It's hard for me to rationalize that he's a third teamer, but I'm thinking about the first round of the playoffs against Golden State, so that's not fair because he put up double consistent numbers through the year that were highly impressive.
But are you surprised Devin Booker didn't get? Because I thought Devin Booker had a good year. And Skip, Ja lost out on $39 million by not making one of the three teams.
Okay.
How much did the off-the-field issues?
It had everything to do with it. To me, I mean, how can you? What else can you read into that?
I don't know, because they finished second in the West. He had the great stats. He made the All-Star team.
Okay, were you good with him not being at least third team?
But he definitely should have been first team. I'm not putting him over Steph, and I'm not putting him over Mitch Spider. So did he have a better? You think did he have a better season than D Fox and Dame?
Well, you could argue that he did on just sheer impact.
So if you toss it up, I'm taking De'Aaron Fox because De'Aaron Fox was tremendous in the clutch.
He was.
The game winners that he hit and the execution that he allowed his team to have in the fourth quarter in close ball games, I think he deserves to make it. So now I'm looking at him and Dame. I ain't putting him in over Dame. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. I'm not putting him in, period, because I'm sorry. It wasn't just one.
Yeah.
It wasn't just one slip up after one game in Denver. It was 5 different incidents, 3 of them involving allegedly guns.
Right.
Okay, I'm out. You can't reward him off that. And I think he owned it after they flamed out.
How different do you think the voting would look if the players voted? Because back before 1980, the players selected the MVPs. So the players voted. That's why Wilt, when he had that 50-25 season, he didn't win the MVP.
I'm guessing the players would have voted Josh second team All-NBA.
You think so?
Yeah.
Over Steph?
I do. I mean, not would it have to be over Steph?
So no, it'd be over. So either Mitch or Steph would have had to be left off. I think
Over Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, you think it was over Donovan Mitchell?
Yes.
Skip, I think honestly, if the players vote, I think Book's gonna get one of those guard spots.
Yeah. Again,
the players love Book. Skip, I mean, when you hear players talk, you see how they start glowing and talking about him.
Yep. The team wasn't very good through most of the year, and then it started to take off once Kevin came, but then he was hurt. Yeah, he was great.
He's been good.
And again, am I prisoner of playoff moments?
But even in the regular season, Skip, I think he averaged like 25 points a game.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. But listen, Jaws off the field fittingly cost him a ton of money. Now, he's already made a ton of money, but okay, that's the price you had to pay.
I think, and sometimes that's what players get upset about the media, say, because you cost me money by not putting me on one of these All-NBA teams. I didn't make All-NBA, I didn't make the rookie team, or I didn't make a defensive team, Skip, or I didn't win one of these awards. You cost me some money. I mean, if I'm Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown, I'm sending I'm finding out who's voting, and I'm sending them a bottle of wine. I'm going to send them a nice bottle of wine, Skip Bayless. $318 million. The Celtics don't max him out.
Yeah.
But I'm sending so it's 50, I think it's 50 of them. But I know they're getting a bottle of wine from me.
Okay. And for perspective, the only team with 2 in the top 2 tiers were the Boston Celtics. Had Jason in first team and Jaylen in second team, right?
Right. Boy, that'd be big. They better come back and win this series, because that's gonna be an indictment on your coach.
I was just gonna say, you got a first teamer and a second teamer, and you're down
3-2.
3-2 with a game on the road.
Right.
Okay.
Well, what you call them? Sacramento had 2. They had 2 third teamers.
Two thirds, but I'm saying Boston's got a first and a second.
Yeah.
Well, that should mean you might be the best team.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Only 5 can play at one time. Interesting.
Yeah. I can't believe that Shai Gilgeous, he blew the doors off all the guards. It wasn't even close, Skip.
Yeah. They got
But he deserved it. Now, it's not like, oh man, he didn't deserve it. No, he deserved it. But I'm just surprised by the margin.
Okay. And guess what? Chet Holmgren couldn't play a lick this year, so he'll be back next year, I assume. Josh Giddey is starting to look like he could be an all-star at some point. And they got like 29 picks stored up.
I would do everything I could. I would try to make a play. I don't know if they can. They're not gonna say. I was gonna say Jaylen Brown, but they're not gonna spend that kind of money.
You don't think so?
$295 million. Skip, I just don't. Skip, how does Boston pay $600 million for 2 players?
Oh, but you're talking about trading.
Yeah, right? Do a sign and trade. For one of those Williams kids, some of those draft picks.
I think Jaylen Brown is really good. I think he's a little better than Jason Tatum, but that's just me.
I think JT's better. But the gap from 2 years ago, 3 years ago, that was between him and Jaylen Brown, it shrank.
Man, you've seen what he does, setting tones in the first quarters.
He does.
He's like unstoppable.
Yeah.
He is so athletically explosive.
That center, the center could have gone either way.
Yep. Which way?
The center.
Well,
the second team guy could have easily
I
been
think
first team guy.
somebody's MVP just got validated by first team All-NBA.
Well, that don't mean nothing because LeBron, I'm trying to figure out how LeBron didn't win Defensive Player of the Year when the guy that won the award wasn't even first team All-Defense.
Which year was that?
When Mark Gasol won it. The year Bron won the MVP, the sweepstakes. He won MVP, Finals MVP. He won everything. He finished second in Defensive Player of the Year. How's that?
That was back in the dark ages.
It wasn't the dark ages.
Like
I
30
remember.
years ago.
Well, here, let me get my phone. Let me get my phone light. I'm finna put some light on it. There it is. I put some light on it.
Okay.
That's a shame, Skip. They ain't want to see that, but I hate. Sometimes I hate us because I'm in the media now.
There you go.
Sometimes I hate us.
Boy, you got a lot of phones.
Hey, you know this is new. I got the plus. Got the Pro Max Plus.
Okay.
You got two phones too.
I don't have two phones. I have one phone.
You got a flip phone, so
I got an old flip phone, but it's my backup.
it should be way back in the back of your drawer somewhere.
Well, it is.
That's where it should be.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the battery still charges on that flip phone. That's great stuff, Skip. Guys, John Morant, not the only one who missed out on Supermax money because of the All-NBA snub. Jamal Murray, Pascal Siakam, and Fred VanVleet as well.
Oh, man.
All right, we've got us. Yeah. You hate it for Jamal Murray, especially.
I
okay,
do.
Michael Rappaport is going to join us.
Here
Guys,
we go.
buckle up. You know he's going to bring it this morning.
Yeah.
He's going to break down the Knicks' chances of coming back against the Heat. You do not want to miss this.
Done.
Coming up next on Undisputed.